High above the quiet village of Lumeria, nestled between towering cliffs and surrounded by a thick emerald forest, there stood an ancient tower. Its walls were made of glimmering stone, weathered by time but still radiant in the sunlight. From the very top of this tower hung a single golden braid, cascading down like a waterfall of sunlight. This was the home of Rapunzel, a young woman whose beauty and curiosity were as remarkable as her long, magical hair. Every morning she would gaze out from her high window, dreaming of the world beyond the tower walls, imagining the bustling streets, colorful markets, and the distant mountains she had never yet seen. But Rapunzel's life, though isolated, was not lonely. She had her beloved animal friends, a playful chameleon named Pico, and a wise little bird named Lyric, who kept her company through every moment of her day. Rapunzel's tower was enchanted, a place filled with wonders unseen by ordinary eyes. The walls were adorned with intricate murals that seemed to shift when no one was watching, revealing secret messages and hidden maps. Shelves lined with jars of mysterious potions, shimmering crystals, and delicate trinkets filled the space with a sense of magic. Despite the grandeur, Rapunzel's heart longed for adventure, for a taste of the world that stretched far beyond the high window of her tower. She often wondered who had placed her here and why, but the only clues she had were the magical symbols carved into the tower stones, glowing faintly under the moonlight. One morning, as the sun bathed the tower in golden hues, Rapunzel noticed something unusual. A tiny spark, no bigger than a firefly, danced along the edge of her windowsill. It shimmered with colors she had never seen, a swirl of violet, gold, and emerald light. Curious, Rapunzel reached out, and the spark transformed into a small, glowing key. Her heart raced. The key pulsed gently in her palm, as though urging her to follow its light. Without hesitation, Rapunzel called Pico and Lyric, and together they began to explore the hidden corners of the tower that she had never dared to enter. They found a secret door, cleverly concealed behind a tapestry of a majestic dragon soaring through a starlit sky. The key fit perfectly, and the door swung open with a quiet creak, revealing a spiral staircase that descended into darkness. Rapunzel's pulse quickened with excitement and fear. She had always dreamed of adventure, but stepping into the unknown was another matter entirely. With Pico perched on her shoulder and Lyric fluttering ahead, she descended the staircase. The air grew cooler, and the walls shimmered with a faint magical glow. At the bottom, she discovered a vast underground chamber filled with treasures from ages past. Golden coins, enchanted books, and glowing crystals that seemed to hum with energy. Yet, the most striking feature of the chamber was a small, intricately carved chest sitting atop a stone pedestal. As Rapunzel approached, the chest opened on its own, revealing a scroll sealed with a crest she recognized from the tower walls. It was a message written in an elegant, flowing script. The true journey begins when the heart dares to leave the tower. Follow the path of light, and your destiny shall unfold. Determined to uncover the truth, Rapunzel clutched the scroll and stepped into a hidden tunnel that the chest had revealed. The tunnel wound through the earth like the roots of an enormous tree, glowing faintly with the same magical light that had guided her key. Along the way, she encountered small puzzles that tested her wit and courage. At one point, a bridge suspended over a sparkling underground river required her to recite a riddle aloud to cross safely. With Pico and Lyric offering encouragement, Rapunzel solved the riddle and continued deeper into the labyrinth. The adventure was exhilarating, and for the first time she felt a rush of freedom she had never known in the tower. Eventually, the tunnel opened into a hidden valley, bathed in twilight even though the sun still shone high above. In the center of the valley stood an ancient tree, taller than any Rapunzel had ever seen. Its branches were covered in flowers that glowed like tiny lanterns, and its roots seemed to hum with life. At the base of the tree, she discovered a circle of stones, each engraved with symbols matching those she had seen in her tower. As she stepped into the circle, a voice echoed through the valley, warm and gentle. Rapunzel, the time has come. Your journey is not just to discover the world outside, but to discover yourself. Magic resides not only in your hair, but in your heart and your courage. Rapunzel felt a surge of confidence. She realized that this adventure was about more than exploration. It was about finding the strength she never knew she had. Guided by the glowing flowers, Rapunzel followed a winding path that led her to a sparkling waterfall, its waters cascading into a crystalline pool below. As she approached, she noticed something extraordinary. The reflection in the water showed not only herself, but visions of her future, triumphant moments, friendships forged, and even dangers overcome. The magical waterfall was a mirror of destiny, reminding her that while the path ahead was uncertain, every step she took would shape the story of her life. With renewed determination, she continued along the trail, encountering mystical creatures who challenged her with riddles, shared wisdom, or offered assistance. A fox with silver fur guided her through a maze of thorny vines, and a gentle unicorn led her across a floating bridge made of shimmering light. Hours, or perhaps days, passed in this enchanted land. Rapunzel's hair glimmered brighter than ever, reacting to the magic around her, and she began to understand that her gift was more than beauty. It was a key to unlocking hidden worlds. Eventually, she arrived at a majestic castle perched atop a cliff, its towers glowing in the fading light. The castle doors opened as if expecting her, and inside she discovered a library filled with scrolls detailing the history of her family and the source of the tower's magic. She learned that she was part of a long line of guardians, entrusted with protecting the balance of magic in the world. Her tower had been a sanctuary, keeping her safe until she was ready to embrace her destiny. Rapunzel realized that her longing for adventure was no mere whim. It was a calling. As she explored the castle, Rapunzel uncovered a hidden chamber containing a crystal orb. When she touched it, a vision unfolded before her. A kingdom in peril, its people in need of a hero with courage, intelligence, and kindness. Rapunzel understood that her adventure was only beginning. She would leave the hidden valley, return to the world above, and use her magical hair and newfound knowledge to help those in need. But she also knew she would never be alone. Pico, Lyric, and the friends she had made in the valley would accompany her, and together they would face whatever challenges awaited. With a heart full of courage and wonder, Rapunzel climbed back through the secret tunnel to her tower. The sun was setting, casting warm, golden light across the landscape. From her window, she looked out at the world she had only dreamed of and felt a deep sense of purpose. She was no longer just the girl in the tower. She was Rapunzel, the adventurer, the guardian, and the heroine of her own story. As twilight fell, her hair shimmered in the fading sunlight, a symbol of magic, hope, and the endless possibilities that awaited. The tower, once a place of isolation, now felt like the perfect vantage point to begin her new journey. Rapunzel took a deep breath, ready to step into the world with courage, wisdom, and the heart of a true adventurer. From that day forward, Rapunzel's life was a blend of magic, adventure, and discovery. She traveled to distant lands, solved ancient mysteries, and helped those in need, always guided by the lessons she learned in her magical tower and secret valley. And every night, she would return to her high window, gazing at the stars, knowing that the world was vast, full of wonder, and waiting for the next adventure. Her story became a legend, a tale of bravery, curiosity, and the magic that lies within every heart that dares to dream. And so, the girl with the golden hair who once lived in a lonely tower became a symbol of hope, courage, and the power of believing in oneself, inspiring generations to follow their own secret adventures.